Diana.
Good morning, everyone. We'll give it about a minute for those who are still connecting, and we'll get started in just a second. All right, I see the clock just struck that next minute. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's see if I can share my screen here. Bear with me, my screen just disappeared. There it is. Okay. And okay, you guys should be able to see my screen. Can I get a thumbs up just to confirm that you can?
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you, appreciate it. Alrighty, and then I see Omar placed a sign-in link in the chat. So please make sure you sign in so that we can share the resources with you afterwards. Let me see. Okay. So welcome everyone. Thank you for being here this lovely morning. My name is Carla Garzon. I am the Best Start Policy Analyst and Partnership Lead. I will be leading us through this policy committee presentation today and then taking questions towards the end. I have my amazing team here with me today as well: Stephanie Reyes, Omar Gonzalez, Jarrell Arnwine, who are supporting as well in the chat. So if you have any questions and any technical questions, feel free to reach out to them, as I won't be looking at the chat as often. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to them during the presentation. Let's get started. I'm gonna share here our agenda for today. We're going to just do a quick welcome, an icebreaker. We'll have an overview of what is Best Start, what is First 5 LA and the Best Start Initiative. We'll go over what the framework of the Best Start Antelope Valley is, what the Best Start Antelope Valley Initiative is. We'll talk about the role of the policy committee, and then we'll close off with a little poll. Hopefully I can get it to launch. So welcome to the policy committee. This session is being recorded. So just so you know, you should have gotten a prompt as soon as you logged in that says the session is being recorded. And if in the chat you could introduce yourself, your name and your organization. I just need to move this a little bit. Let's see. You can't really see my screen here. In the chat, feel free to drop in your name and the name of the organization. If you're not here with an organization, if you're a resident or a parent showing up, feel free to let us know, parent or just community member, community resident. And then one issue facing the AV that you are most concerned about. Passionate about, I think is the word. There you go. I can see that much better now. And then would anyone like to come off mute and share with us what is one issue facing the AV that you are most passionate about? We're a pretty small group as of right now, so right? Let me see. Yeah, we're a pretty small group, so feel free to come off mute and share. Miss Christine Smith says poor school performance in all areas. Absolutely. Would you say in all levels of education or all areas of in terms of subjects?
Terms of subjects and everywhere.
Everywhere.
The
Okay.
kids are being, I want to say, left behind. They're not being taught correctly, and yeah, it's a big thing going on out here.
Thank you, Miss Christine. I appreciate your input.
You're welcome.
Miss Diana Couch says anger management. Mr. L says most passionate about the low reading and math test scores. And Ms. Denise, our children's physical and mental well-being. Yes, all very important issues. Test scores. Okay, I'm kind of going back through these. Lack of services in the AV, low reading levels. Thank you everyone for sharing that input. All right. And these are really great topics, so I'll make sure to save the comments that these are specific areas of interest for this group. All righty, I'm gonna move us forward really quick here. We'll provide a quick overview of what is Best Start. The First 5LA Best Start initiative is a primary investment in engaging communities in a common vision and intention for children and families to thrive, working to strengthen community leadership and collaboration across sectors. First Five really wanted to emphasize that parents know their children best. Parents and residents know their communities best. They know what are those challenges in the community that their children and families are having to face. So they decided to make sure that they built this into the Best Start initiative, which is a community collaboration to build a network of resources, a network of opportunities, a network of really collaboration that can guide the work of the Best Start initiative based on what families and parents felt were the biggest needs in their community, right? As they know their children best and the challenges that they face. First 5LA has an investment in 5 different regions. We are region 5. Originally we're the Best Start Palmdale, Best Start Lancaster region, but we are now Best Start Antelope Valley, and really what we're looking at is the whole AV, not just the 2 central cities, what is Palmdale and Lancaster. It's really all of the AV. This includes our rural town communities like Little Rock, Pear Blossom, Lake LA, Lake Wilsona. No, not Lake Wilsona. Lake Hughes, Lake Elizabeth, Wilsona, right? All of those outskirting areas of the Antelope Valley. We want to make sure that we're covering the AV as a whole and not just portions of it. The purpose of this project is to cultivate community voice, leadership, and power to advance systems change. Community voice and power are key to systemic change. Over the last year, we have focused a lot on, in the regional meetings, we have focused a lot on the state of the child in the Antelope Valley, what the economy impacts, health impacts. What else have we looked at? Education, child, youth, and family. Now I'm blinking out and I can't remember what are the other ones.
Housing, health,
Environment, yeah,
environment,
housing.
Housing and environment, yes.
health.
So it's really important for us to really understand the Antelope Valley as a whole so that we can make informed decisions, so that we can prioritize where do we need to lay our focus on the most. As of right now, our our regional partnership has focused on early childhood education. And one of the things that we want to make sure that we're doing is that we hear what our community is saying it needs, so that we're not just making decisions for the community. What is it that we say in trauma-informed, in that trauma-informed training? Nothing for me without me, right? We don't want to just come up with a plan and say, here, this is what the community needs. We want to hear from the community what they need, so that then we can move forward with that plan. So not here to implement things that we see or think are needed. It's what the community says, here's what we need. We know our community best. Here's what we know we need. And so again, that's why here in Best Start and in the policy committee, we want to make sure that our residents, our members are the ones involved in this entire process. I think for the most part, everyone here is very familiar with the structure of the partnership, but I'll go ahead and review it. Our partnership is, the Best Start Antelope Valley is made up of Children's Bureau as a regional network grantee. So I think the base team is from Children's Bureau. Our outreach team is from Antelope Valley Partners for Health, which is the local network consultant. Together, they support the partnership, which is made up of our members. So that's parents, community leaders, residents, stakeholders that all come together, right? We meet twice a month, moving forward once a month, to talk about what we see that are the issues that we face here in the Antelope Valley, and really hear from our community where do we want to focus our efforts in. From there, the partnership will have a welcome and outreach committee, a sustainability committee, a policy committee, and a data committee. This is the first one that we're launching, the policy committee, and then we'll have the welcome and the data committee launching in about 2 weeks. Each committee will be made up of 2 chairs. So we'll have co-chairs in each committee. I did kind of want to highlight, if you would like to co-chair the policy committee, please make sure that you are attending the regional meetings, that you are attending, especially the next 2 regional meetings. We want to make sure that you are familiarized with the community change agenda and the priorities of our membership, right? Because this is a lot of the work that you would be leading. It all really leads back to the partnership. So yes, make sure that you are attending the regional meetings as well. Any questions on this slide? I know it can look a little bit tricky, so I want to make sure if anyone has any questions, maybe give it a minute just as you kind of process the little graphic there. Okay, no worries. And if more questions, or if any questions do come up, we'll definitely have a chance to go through it a little bit later. The Best Start AV Policy Committee works as an advisory committee to the larger regional group. We're looking to focus on policy in the Antelope Valley. This could be in one of many ways. So it really will come down to the policy committee to sort of determine what areas they really want to focus on. Maybe in developing a policy agenda of areas that they key areas that they would like to focus on, and then use that to support the partnership as they move forward with their community change agenda. Yeah, okay. The purpose of this committee is to foster community involvement in policy, driving the community change agenda with an emphasis on children, families, and early education. So again, this is why it's important to participate in the regional meeting and be familiar with the CCA. The roles and responsibilities of the committee include identifying policy issues related to the community change agenda to bring back to the partnership and then decide on action steps, whether it be monitoring legislation, writing letters of support to our local local elected officials, making phone calls or visits to our local officials or the community in general. Maybe disseminating public information or coming up with social media strategies about how we get our message out to the community and to the state and federal level if needed, as well as city, local level. In addition to that, the policy committee will focus on monitoring key bills that relate to children and families ages 0 to 5, and recommend positions the partnership should take around legislative bills. Again, we are right in the process of that as Congress went back into office this January. Yeah, we're in February already. So it's kind of like prime time with bills getting drafted and sent to the state, right? So we want to stay on top of that, and that would be one of the key functions of the policy committee. I think it's important to emphasize that we don't have to kind of like sit and monitor only. We can also recommend and support in the drafting process by teaming up as well with our local officials and meeting with them if that is an interest as well. So what we're looking for is a commitment to the committee. I was thinking the second Tuesday of the month, 10 to 11 a.m. So that would be once a month, second Tuesday, with necessary meetings to come up as needed. But I think prior to asking for the commitment, I want to ask or open the space to ask if you have any questions. No questions. Wow, we're getting through it very quickly. I anticipated, I think, a larger group and more questions, but no worries, no worries. Does this seem like a time that would work for the whole group? You can put it in the chat as well. Maybe second Tuesday doesn't work, or yes, that works. I see a thumbs up, be good for me. Ms. Christine Smith says good for me. Ms. Jean and Ms. Tavier, I see a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, so second Tuesday seems to work for a good majority. Think we might be able to stick to that then. Yeah. All righty. So if this is the case, then our next meeting would be Tuesday, March 12th at 10 a.m. But I do want to remind you all that we have a regional meeting this Thursday at 10 a.m. in person and 4 p.m. online. You're welcome to join either or, but we will be meeting at the Children's Bureau Family Resource Center in Palmdale. Alrighty, I do want to have a little, any questions there, and let me get my poll. It's just a very brief poll. Well, we will be taking this information back to the partnership. I wanted to launch this poll and just kind of get your input. What is your interest in joining the policy committee? Let me just get this poll up here. And it should allow you, the poll should allow you to rank the options.
It says column 1, column 2, column 3 for each.
All right, let me see. Give me just a second, guys. All right, trying that again, it should show up on your end. You should be able to identify with whether you are, if this may be a least interest, somewhat interested, or most interested.
It was there for a second and it looked good, but
Then it left. Yeah. Yep, you know what, Carla, mine still says electoral it says least interest, okay, gotcha.
It's
Okay,
showing up on you. It should still,
okay,
no way.
Mine's isn't here.
it shows up. And then it won't, okay, that's weird. Never
Is
had
it
that.
showing up now?
Well, it doesn't allow, is anybody else having a hard time just pressing least interest, most interest?
You should be able to
It
drag
worked.
it.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, got it. All right.
No, this isn't the drag one. You should be able to click it, right, Miss Smith? Is that what you
Yes.
were able to do? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
All right, I think I'm waiting on about 2 more responses. So I'll give it a couple of minutes. No rush, no rush. We have plenty of time. Okay, is anyone else still working on it? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close out the poll. Hoping it saves my results and doesn't delete them as it's. Let's see if I can get those results up here. Okay, just want to make sure I save them there. Is it still sharing my screen? Yeah, okay. It is. Awesome. And then are you able to? Okay, I see you had some issues with voting in the poll. My apologies. Zoom and its million features. Maybe we won't use that one next time.
Please don't.
Thank you for your honest feedback. I do appreciate it because that's the only way we'll know whether something worked or didn't work. And again, this helps us just see what are some of your interests as you get involved with the policy committee. So I guess I did anticipate a much larger group with more questions that I thought would fill up our hour. Does anyone have any additional questions? And it was just a brief introduction into the policy committee, how you can get involved, what will be the focus. Ms. Smith or Ms.
Carla, will you be sending the slides to us too, so we have that information, or?
Yes, yes. So please make sure you sign in so that we can capture your email and make sure we send it to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Couch.
Mhm.
Any other questions? Ms. Smith, Ms. Harris, Tavier, I see you've joined us.
Hey Carla, I'm doing double duty unfortunately on 2 different meetings. So did you ask me a question?
No worries. I was asking if you had any questions.
Oh no, no, I don't have any questions. I'm super excited to be of service. I love policies, so I'm ready to like get in where we fit in and support the cause.
Awesome. Thank you, Tavier. And no worries. I totally get you. Sometimes you got to be in 2 places at once. And Zoom has definitely facilitated that for us. Are there any questions in terms of maybe you're interested in co-chairing the policy committee? Just kind of want to pick your guys' heads, see if there's any interest there. It's okay if you want to take more of like a backseat role. You're here to learn, you're here to support and make sure you're sharing your input. That's totally okay too.
Javier put in the chat, I'm interested.
Awesome. Yay, Tavi. Yay, definitely. Right. If we don't have any other questions, I really appreciate you guys being here today. Again, it was more of an introduction into the policy committee. We can expect both the welcome committee and the data committee to share more information as well within the next 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or next week? In 2 weeks, right?
In 2 weeks, in 2 weeks.
I feel like this month is so long and so spread out, but in 2 weeks
It's
we'll
a
be
short,
meeting again.
long month. Everything is happening, that's why. A lot of stuff going
Yeah.
on.
Alrighty. And so again, we'll be meeting next Tuesday, March 12 at 10 a.m. This should take the next meeting should be a lot lengthier. We'll really focus on if we have a co-chair, that would be fantastic. If not, if we're not quite there yet, that's okay too. We'll definitely talk about next steps as we really get into the nitty-gritty of getting the policy committee going. That's March 12th, 10 a.m. And I'll just say thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Smith.
Have a great day, everyone.
You guys too. Take care.
Have a good day.
Have a good day,
Thank you.
Denise.
You too. I'm texting you.
Okay.